the shofar for the old people, and they started screaming. Did I tell you that story? Anyway, I'll tell it one more time. This is when I was in Hadar HaTorah in Kronites. I was just, sort of a beginning Baal Tshuva. I already learned how to sound the shofar. And so I walked, it was, I think, Brooklyn General Hospital. I have a couple stories about this. Brooklyn Jewish Hospital. It's not far away from where it was, maybe a half an hour walk, an hour walk. So I walked down there to sound the shofar for the people. There was a top floor. There was only usually old people were there. It was basically a one big, huge room. But the doctor's offices, they made like in the middle of the room, that's where they put up like 4 walls. And that's where they made their offices. So it ended up that if you stood on one corner of this big, huge room, one corner where the doctor's offices were, you could see 2 sides of rows of beds. The beds were against the window. There was maybe, 10 feet, 15 feet between each bed. And that's it. There weren't separate rooms for the sick people. Now we're talking about 1974, maybe. Could be. 1974, it's 1973. A lot of these people had been the Holocaust survivors, right? The Holocaust had ended not that long before, 30 years before. Anyway, so I got this, a nurse, a black nurse, and she said, "Oh, this is wonderful, Rabbi. You're going to sound the shofar for these sick people." I said, "Yes." So she said, "Okay, let me just get everybody ready." So she said, "Okay, this nice rabbi is here and he's going to sound the shofar for everyone. And please, everyone, be quiet. How long will it take?" "It'll take," I said, 5 minutes at the most." "Good." And would somebody like to make a blessing? I think one of the people made the blessing. I don't remember. Everyone said amen. And I sounded the shofar. As soon as I sounded the shofar, I heard it sounded like some sort of an echo or maybe a horn was blowing or something. I couldn't exactly figure out what was really going on. So I sort of opened up my eyes and I saw that these people were all screaming. They were all screaming. So I looked at the nurse and the nurse looked at me and she said, "Rabbi, let me try to calm these people down." I said, "Okay, She went and she said, "The rabbi is trying to sound the shofar and everything." And I tried it again. I tried it 3 times and I just couldn't. Every time I sounded the shofar, the people just started to scream. I never heard anything like it. And the lady looked at me and she said, "You see what's happening here? I'm sorry, I said, "Yeah, you're right. What can I do? And she said, maybe it reminded them of the Holocaust. Maybe it reminded them of something. I don't know what it was. To this day, I have no idea. But all of them were screaming. There was not one of them that said, "Hey, be quiet. Hey, I'm trying to listen." Something happened to all of them. So somehow or other, the shofar aroused the inner scream of these Jews. And that's what it does to us also. Arouses their inner scream, but it's a silent one. So wishing everyone everyone who wants to come back for 3 o'clock, please, you're more than welcome. And a happy, sweet, and blessed New Year with Mashiach now. Yechia Melech.